Welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here. I've just watched the YouTube video of the community update from Sorare, and to be honest, there's some really good things in there to get stuck into. In this video, I'm just going to go over all the blogs that are now available on the Sorare Medium website for you guys to check out. But I don't want to read through them and just share some of my thoughts on this update. For all that though, if you do like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook, and for more free Sorare content, please check out sorareassist.com. You can also become a member of this YouTube channel by hitting that join button below. Become a patron of Sorare Assist for a weekly player scouting. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, then sign up, use the link below to get 13 common cards and a limited card. Okay then, so the community update has just happened on YouTube. Really pleased with the update. It was really professional, really well thought out update, and some really good updates as well for us to get stuck into and look forward to. I especially liked the new season cards as well. But before we get into all that, I'm just going to go through a recap of the community update on these blogs and then go through each segment of the update, covering more details of those specific updates. So here I am now on the Medium blog. So this is the Sorare Mini community update recap. Just want to read through this now. So we're all excited about all of the progress we've made, but we still have a lot to do in order to create the best free-to-play, player-owned fantasy game for our community. Most importantly, we want to continue to say thank you to our Sorare managers. Our community is core to everything we do. Your feedback, your support and your passion for football is what motivates us. In 3 years, we have grown from hundreds of beta testers to partnerships with 230 plus football clubs, over 2 million card transactions on Sorare's marketplace, over 1.5 million registered managers across 184 countries. None of this would be possible without each and every one of you. This year, we want to improve communication and transparency with our global community, continue to build the best fantasy NFT product in football with particular focus on improved gameplay, continue to partner with top football organisations so every fan can connect with their favourite teams, players and leagues. We are dedicated to building the best product and football community for the long term, and we will share more exciting news in the coming weeks and months as we continue to grow together. So I'm now going to check out the all these blogs here that are listed here. Just go through each of them. For this is all positive steps and moving in the right direction in terms of Sorare in general. So the Sorare community update then in terms of rewards. So they've put at Sorare, we want to build a product and an ecosystem that's sustainable and healthy in the long term. This is a topic that we'll always take very seriously. We have heard your feedback for more clarity and have news to share on rewards. So game week calendars then. To help you plan ahead and build your strategies, you'll be able to visit our new game week calendars. These calendars will share the special weekly rules and the number and quantity of card rewards in every division of every league for the next 4 game weeks. The game week calendars will share across our channels every 4 game weeks. So every 2 calendar weeks. Next calendar is here, and it will show you the special weekly rules and rewards for game week 260 and to 263. Calendars are subject to change and updates will be communicated accordingly. Details of which players fit into which tier is subject to change every week. So we'll have a look at the calendar a bit more depth in a moment. There is another blog on that specific topic. So let's move on to the card allocations then. So in 2022, our target is to reserve up to 40% of our card supply for rewards. There are many factors that may impact card allocations of particular players, such as scarcity, marketplace events, referrals, side games, changes to player tiers, licensing agreements and more. We believe this number accurately reflects the balance that we're looking for between an exciting competitive challenge and a fun casual experience over the course of an entire season, while keeping the ecosystem healthy and stable. At the minute, I don't know what the card supply is at the moment for what percentage is reserved for rewards, but this sounds like it's an increase in that, so that's good news. If any of you guys do know what the actual current percentage of rewards is, card supply is giving us rewards, do let me know in the comment section below. But that's definitely a good step there. So let's have a look then. So tying ETH to USD. So they did mention this around 6 months ago that this was potentially going to happen. So our long-term vision is to bring Sorare to millions of fans around the world, and in order to do so we need to create a frictionless, stable product that appeals to a broader fan base. A source of concern we hear frequently from our managers is the volatile fluctuations of ETH and their impact on the platform. We will bring more consistency to your Sorare experience, tying Ethereum to the US dollar when setting rewards for podium wins and for thresholds. So here are the ETH reward totals for 2022. So 205 points threshold will now get $25 worth of ETH. 250 point thresholds will get $50 worth of ETH. ETH distributed to podium places will follow a similar conversion rate. So these changes will go live at the start of the European season in August. We will be monitoring and listening to feedback, looking at the data, and will re-evaluate the progress at the end of the year. We can't wait to see the innovative strategies you build for you to enjoy what Sorare has to offer in 2022 and beyond. So that's interesting. So this is going to be the threshold payments, of course. So what they're basically saying is that it's going to be a set amount and it's not going to go up and down. So if you get your 205 points now, you're going to get $25 worth of Ethereum. And if you get 250 points, you're going to get $50 of Ethereum. This is obviously good for Sorare because it's going to help them sort of balance the books a little bit, know what they're going to be paying out over the course of a year, roughly, in these payments. Because when it was just based on the Ethereum price, so if the Ethereum price went up by loads, Sorare could be paying out maybe $100 every month for a short period, and it's really hard to factor that in, especially with Ethereum potentially expected to go up over the next 5 to 10 years in value. Sorare will end up obviously paying a lot of money out. So I think this is a good step, and that reward is still a decent reward to get in terms of the threshold payments at $25 and $50. So yeah, really pleased with that. This needed to happen eventually. It's not the end of the world, this. The payouts are still very, very appealing. There's just a short video there from Nicholas, which was on obviously the main presentation. So let's move on to the next update then, and this is the Sorare community update, the gameplay update. So we're excited to announce gameplay improvements to our newly designed gaming arena. The game is a core part of the platform, and our goal is to continue to build a fun and exciting fantasy football experience. To achieve our goal, we are launching 3 new tournaments: Underdog League, Specialist League, and Legends Challenge, and simplifying the entry requirements for the Rare Division. This new approach will introduce new ways for managers to strategize and will make the game more enjoyable, fun and consistent across all scarcities. By monitoring data and community feedback, we will use the new tournaments as learning opportunities to iterate and help springboard our gameplay improvements. So, the new Underdog League then. So after seeing how much our community enjoyed the Underdog Special Weeklies, we have decided to introduce the Underdog League and make it a regular tournament. We'll aim to have at least one Underdog League tournament every game week with different scarcity and average score rules. Requirements and considerations then. Each lineup must have a low average score. Average score rules will vary. To start, we will use the last 15 games with a maximum score of 40, 45 or 50. This will be refined over time, but we will experiment with these average score parameters to start with. So this is interesting then. So we have had the Underdog series recently in the Special Weekly, where obviously you could only use players that had an average of 40, 45 or 50, but that was in the L5 category. Now, as you can see here, they're going to go off the last 15. I think this is because this is going to give more consistency in terms of the players that you can select in this tournament. There's obviously because there are some star players who can have quiet weeks in the last 5, and that would mean that they're applicable to enter that tournament, and potentially they're going to get a good score. This gives it a more fair playing field for the players that do more consistently get an average of 40, 45 or 50. I think this is going to be fairer to the managers on lower budgets or new managers coming on to Sorare, so this is going to give them better opportunities to compete for prizes in these underdog divisions. This is an absolutely fantastic step, I think. It's going to be really good for new managers on a low budget, but also for existing managers as well to maybe do some bit more scouting, get some players in these underdog leagues and potentially win some prizes for some of the lower priced players. Really good step this from Sorare. So the next one is the Specialist League then. So in the Specialist League, managers will need to apply their skills and scouting knowledge to build lineups featuring players with low, medium and high average scores. We'll aim to have at least one Specialist League tournament every game week. Requirements and considerations on this one is a limited number of players will be allowed from the same club. Card bonuses and captaincy bonuses will not apply. Examples of potential Specialist League eligibility rules: maximum 2 player, an L15 over 65 and a minimum 1 player with an L15 under 40. Another example is a maximum 2 players with L15 over 60 and a minimum 2 players with L15 under 45. Now, something that caught the eye straight away here for me was the limit of the number of players allowed from the same club. That is obviously going to wipe out some of the Ajax stacks and things like that, and the buy-in stacks. I think this is a positive move. This definitely a positive move. Again, it's favoured towards the lower budget managers or new managers coming onto the platform, but it's an absolutely fantastic additional league, the Specialist League. The other good thing as well, that cards bonuses and captain bonuses will not apply. Again, this is going to be another good bonus for new managers who are just purchasing the first cards and don't have as a high bonus as people who have been on the platform maybe 2 to 3 years. So the Specialist League looks another good step in terms of getting new Sorare managers on board and giving everybody a fair playing field in some of these new leagues that have been introduced today. Really good step this from Sorare. So far so good in terms of the announcement. So Rare Division updates. So in addition to the new Underdog and Specialist League tournaments, we are simplifying the entry rules for the Rare Division by removing common cards. To compete in the Rare Division, managers will need 5 rare cards in their lineup. We made this in an effort to work towards our long-term product vision of creating more balanced and fun game modes. To give managers enough time to adapt to these strategies, common cards removal in the Rare Division will be going live starting at the start of the new European season in August. So this may become a bit of a blow to newer managers, or again managers on lower budgets, because you're not going to be able to now use one common card in the Rare Divisions, which obviously I'm sure a lot of managers will miss, because you will need to now potentially buy a rare goalkeeper or any other slots that you need to fill in to make a team of 5 rares. This may take some adjusting, but Sorare obviously doing it for some good reasons here by the sounds of things, and it's going to obviously simplify the game mode in the Rare Division as well. So yeah, this may be having some negatives here I suppose for a lot of managers, but Sorare seem to be doing things right so far on this update, and they do have some good plans going forward, so we'll see how this turns out. Legends Challenge. So Legends look like they're finally getting some utility then. So through the Legends Challenge tournament, your Legends will make their way back to the pitch. We're sorry for the keeping you waiting, and we can't wait to see the teams you build ahead of our very first Legends Challenge coming up for game week 260. So that's only a couple of game weeks away then, isn't it? So that's going to be exciting news. Okay, so let's have a look at the scoring then. So during these new tournaments, Legends will take the score of the highest scoring player of the club for their position. For example, in game week 252, a Fabio Cannavaro Juventus Legend Defender card will have a score equal to the highest score of all Juventus defenders, which is Matthias de Ligt with a score of 51. So there is a Legends video on this YouTube channel in regard to the Legend cards. If you want to find out how those players score points, feel free to watch that video right on this channel. So requirements and considerations. The first edition of this tournament will take place on game week 260, 264 and 268, where you'll need to use a minimum of 1 Legend. Expect more Legend launches in the coming weeks to prepare for the debut of the Legends Challenge tournament. Find out more about Legends, Sorare Legends in our original Legends blog announcement in September 2021. With the introduction of these new tournaments, we're opening the door for managers to scout and build teams with new and exciting strategies that will allow them to progress up the leaderboards. We'll monitor your feedback closely and use these early versions of our tournament concepts to continue to improve your gameplay experience. Time to get scouting. So this is good. This Legends is obviously a good one for them to finally get utility. So that is definitely going to be an exciting thing to do and a new dynamic to the game as well. So some really good updates here in terms of the gameplay. So let's move on to the Sorare calendar that they mentioned then. So this is for Game Week 260 to 263. So they're excited to announce a new Game Week calendars to help you plan and build your strategies. Starting in Game Week 260, we will share the special weekly rules which include new tournament formats like Underdog, Specialist and Legends. The number and quantity of card rewards in every division of every league for the next 4 game weeks. The Game Week calendars will be shared across our channels every 4 game weeks. So every 2 calendar weeks. The calendars for Game Week 260, 261, 262 and 263 are now live. Check them out below. So here we go then. Here is an example of the calendar for Game Week 260. So this is obviously going to show you the prize pool available, so the number of cards that are available to be won in all the different divisions and tournaments for Game Week 260. This is obviously going to come in very handy for you to be able to plan ahead. So in terms of the new tournaments that have been introduced today then for Game Week 260, so the Underdog will be a maximum average in the last 15 of a score of 40. In the Specialist League, you'll have max 1 with an average last 15 score above 60. Minimum 2 players with an average last 15 score below 40. No captain, maximum 2 players for the same team. In the Legends Challenge, minimum 1 legend, maximum 3 legends and limited only. Legends Challenge Pro, minimum 1 legend, maximum 3 legends, rare, super rare, unique. Okay, so this is interesting then. So first of all, the first thing that sprung to my mind was the Specialist League here. So just reading this, it sounded complicated. And scouting for the players that are going to be necessary to potentially enter these leagues could also be potentially a little bit of hard work. But it might not be that bad once you actually do start searching for these players. So we'll see how that goes. So the Legends Challenge Limited then division. So it looks like you can use a maximum of 3 legends in this division. That's interesting. And then obviously be able to fill up the rest of the team with your limited cards. And then there's also going to be a Legends Challenge Pro where you can use 1 legend card, minimum 1 legend card, maximum 3 legend cards, but you can fill up the rest of this team with rares, super rares and uniques. This is really interesting actually. It's a bit like the Limited Pro that people are after, where you're going to get a bit more utility for some of your cards. This is sort of a similar thing, I suppose. You're going to get a bit more utility from your limited cards, especially in the limited division here, but obviously a lot more utility for the legend cards for anybody out there who's got any of those cards. So yeah, some interesting games there. There's definitely going to be some different game types. I'm certainly looking forward to enter those. The Specialist one though, like I say, might be a bit confusing to a lot of people to know what they actually need to enter a tournament, and then scouting them players as well might be a little bit fiddly to get that right, but we'll see what happens. And then we've also got the tournament rules for Game Week 261 as well for these special tournaments. So in this one there's just going to be an Underdog League, max average of last 15 of 50. Specialist League is going to be max 1 player with an average of 15 above 60, and minimum 2 players with average last 15 score below 45. Game Week 262 is again, there's going to be another Underdog League with a max average of last 15 of 40, and also another Specialist League as well with a number of criteria there. And finally, the Game Week 263 tournament rules is going to be another Underdog League again, max average of last 15 of 50, and a Specialist League in there as well. So there's not another Legend tournament by the looks of it, only in Game Week 260 at the moment available. So I'm hoping they do start doing those Legend tournaments a bit more frequent, because I do like the idea of that, and it's going to give me a chance to potentially use some more of my limited cards. Okay, so yeah, pretty happy with that. Like I said, the Specialist League might be a bit fiddly to actually find the players that you need to build a lineup, but good idea, good in the right direction. The Underdog League is definitely a good idea for those managers on a lower budget. So let's have a look at this news about the Major League Soccer teams up with Sorare then. So today we're proud to welcome Major League Soccer to Sorare for multiple seasons. Now of course we already know that there's MLS cards already on Sorare, but they've not got the license to actual MLS itself, only to the players. That's why you don't have the shirts, logos, that sort of thing on the MLS cards currently. But this is obviously going to change that. So as Major League Soccer heads into the 27th season, it now stands with 28 strong clubs throughout the United States and Canada. This is currently one of the fastest growing sports leagues in North America, with the fan base expanding rapidly ahead of the 2026 World Cup, which is obviously hosted in USA. What does it mean for the Sorare and its community? Sorare managers have been able to collect and play with Major League Soccer cards since June 2020 due to our agreement with the MLS Players Association, but starting with the 2022 season, managers will be able to see their full kits and jerseys later this month. Later this month we'll be launching the 2022 MLS cards with the full rights, thanks to the support of the players, the league and its 28 clubs. This is important for Sorare as we develop our brand presence to the United States, and we're thrilled to have such an exciting partner as our first league partnership in the US. And then there's a little comment there from Chris Slodger. But this is definitely a good move for Sorare, of course, acquiring the rights to another major league that's very popular now. This is definitely a good thing, and I'm certainly not going to miss those cards where it's just got the face on and not the kits as well. So there's definitely a positive step there. So moving on to the cards, a bit more information here. So this is the new card designs then. So these are for the 2022-2023 season. So we're thrilled to share the upcoming cards for the 2022-2023 Sorare season. The design team did an amazing job, and we cannot wait to see them in your lineups or on your teams. Here's some snippets now of the new cards. So these to me look absolutely brilliant. Really love these. I think they look absolutely fantastic. Now these are all the different cards from each season, as you can see here. And these are going to be the new ones. I think they look absolutely brilliant. If you watch the video, they look brilliant on the video as well. So the cards are a familiar feel to past seasons, but are uniquely identifiable for this season. A couple of highlights. You will notice familiar traits like the season year, serial number, scarcity and team logo. We have added additional information like the club and the country abbreviations. The player stands front and centre inside a new shield that gives space to include new backgrounds. Typography is strong, crisp and readable, and you'll notice a stenciled version of the player's name near the bottom of the card, which makes every card background unique to that player. As you can see, this is the unique design, the common design, and then there's got the limited as well. So there is going to be variations on the actual NFT cards. So we'll be introducing 5 variation backgrounds for the limited, rare and super rare cards. The cards do not score or behave differently, but this adds variety, preference and collectability. Variations will not be applied to common cards or uniques. So there we go. As you can see, there's slight changes to these different cards. I'm struggling to see the difference. It looks like it's just the background here or at the back of the player. So they're just the difference on the cards from what I can see. It's like spot the difference. So that is the only difference I can see. It looks like it's just the actual background of the player that you can see here. My preference off the top of my head would maybe be this one here with the stripes. The rare ones are looking like this. They look good as well. Really love these new cards. They remind me a little bit of the Panini stickers actually, with the little box around the player. But yeah, really pleased with these. Look absolutely fantastic then. So the rookie cards. So rookie cards keep the same base and card design and variations of the rest of the cards, but get some added touches. Enhanced holographic card edges, carbon fibre texture, bright new rookie badge. We believe that all these elements combine to make a fun special card that stands out amongst the rest. So yeah, the rookie logo looks a lot better. Slightly different design as well to the rest of the cards. Again, look absolutely brilliant. I love these new season cards. So when will the new cards be available? So the J League, K League, MLS and more will be launching over the next month. To be on the lookout and get ready to scout your lineups for the 2022 season. Okay, so let's move on to this information then about the mobile app. So today we're very excited to share that we'll be launching a new public beta version of the Sorare mobile app on iOS for the very first time, with an Android version to come shortly. The Sorare mobile app brings the game into the palm of your hand through fun, big visuals, and allows you to follow your teams, share with your friends, and more. The Sorare mobile app enhances your gameplay experience. Follow along as each game week develops to view the progress of your teams, watch your players rack up points, and see where your squad ranks in each tournament. Look back at the previous game week and check your lineups for the upcoming game week, all from the home screen. Dive into your lineup to see compelling player card visuals and detailed player stats highlighting decisive scores, all-round scores, and more. Put your cards on display by sharing lineups and plays with your friends. Finally, we'll notify you about any important moments as they unfold when your player scores goals, makes assists, and earn points for your teams. Key updates are delivered straight to your phone the moment they happen with push notifications. So this is obviously similar to what we've got on the Sorare data app now. Whether this is going to be better, it remains to be seen, but we will find out. And they are. But looking at these screenshots, it does look pretty impressive to me, and one that I'll be definitely downloading when it's available. And they'll just finish off here by saying, that's just a start. In the coming weeks and months, we'll continue to introduce new features to enhance the mobile experience. Today, you will soon be able to join competitions and manage your teams from directly within the app through our refreshed game lobby. Soon you'll be able to claim rewards and show off your new cards by sharing with friends with just the tap of a finger. So this sounds very, very exciting. And if you did see they didn't show it on these blogs, but there was some screenshots of the new tournament layouts that's going to be appearing on the Sorare website, and they look absolutely brilliant, to be honest. So that was the update. So I think there's some really good news there. Obviously the new gameplay, the Specialist League and the Underdog League, and also the introduction of the Legend cards is good. Looks like the reward allocation is also going to be going up as well, and they've also now made the threshold payments static. Doesn't sound like they're getting rid of them. They're just going to make it static now at $25 for 205 and $50 for 250. Obviously that $50 will be paid in ETH. We've also got the new card designs, which look absolutely brilliant for the current upcoming season and the current MLS, J-League and K-League seasons. There's a mobile app coming as well to Sorare, which we've all been waiting for, I'm sure. And the announcement that they've now got the full rights to the MLS cards, to the MLS. So now going forward, we'll now be able to buy the MLS players and the kits on the cards, see the logos, that sort of thing, and it won't just be a picture of their head, which I think is definitely going to be a lot better. So I was actually really pleased with this announcement overall, some really good updates. I can't wait to try out these new tournaments as well, especially the Legend one. That's one of my favourites there, I would say. And the Underdog League is one that I'm also going to be trying as well, see if I can snipe some bargains there in the market. Some players that maybe are not the star performers, but are potentially going to do well in these tournaments. Okay, thanks for watching anyway. That was a bit longer than I expected this, but I did want to get through all the updates here for you guys. Thanks for watching. If you did like the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And for more free Sorare content, please check out Sorare.com. If you're new to Sorare, sign up using the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. Okay, thanks for watching. See you again soon.